So for this tutorial, we are going to make a map of where we want to make adjustments in our image in Photoshop. We call these adjustments local adjustments because they're small areas or local areas of our photograph. So get a camera raw image and open that up. If you note here, I've pretty much kept all my adjustments as they were at capture. Open your image. And then once the image is open, you're going to need your layers palette. If for some reason this layers palette, which is what I'm circling here to the right, isn't available on your screen, you can find it up underneath the window menu item and just select layers. So I made it disappear there. I'm going to make it reappear. And once again, layers are things we can add on top of our original background photograph. So they may be adjustments, they may be manipulations, or in this case, we're simply going to add a duplicate of that original background layer on top of the original layer here. So all you have to do that is go under the menu item layer, duplicate layer, and then it's going to ask you to name it. I'm just going to call it adjustment and then you see we've got two different layers, one that's called adjustment, one that's called background. These two little eyeballs here indicate that that layer is actually visible. If we click off on that or turn that eyeball off, it means that layer is still in the photograph, but it's just not visible. So we're going to put that to use in a second here. So I want to make sure that you are in the adjustment layer, that the eyeball is turned on, and that layer is blue. If it's not blue, just simply take your mouse over it and click on it once. When it's blue, that means it's active. Then go over to our toolbox and select the pencil tool. And if you note up at the top here, you can see the size of the pencil is 5 pixels around. That's very small. If you want to go a little bit bigger with it, something like that, move it up to 25 pixels. So in making my map, I'm essentially going to write on my photograph. So in this image, I'm going to write in this area here, and this is just really a very rough map, and I'm writing in white because, as you can see, my foreground color here is in white. If I wanted in a different color, we could just click on that and select a different color. For example, if I want it to be very bold and select red, I can do that. And then I'm going to go in here and simply write on the areas of the photograph that I want to fix. So here, I want to make this darker. This area I'm going to write on. We're going to make that light. This area, I'm just going to put a D for dark. This area here, another D for dark, and then this area here, we're going to put an L for light. Now, we've created our map where we want to make our adjustments, and if you go into our layers panel here, we simply click that off and on, and you can see those adjustments can be turned on and off. So we can actually make those invisible at any given time during the adjustment process with our photograph. So this kind of gives us a great point of reference or a starting point that we'll come back to in the next tutorial.